Hey guys, J-Man here. Thanks for joining us today for another weekly Women of World Wrestling stream. My God, we've done so many of these. I just looking the other day. I think it's been like a year now of doing these, which is crazy. It's crazy to think that it's been 1 year. As you saw in the title card there, Iron Sheik did pass away. So we're it's pretty sad. He was a great wrestler. I remember watching his matches, thinking he was great. I loved the figure. I had I can't remember if I had it or if my friend had the thumb. Remember the thumb wrestlers that were like the big rubber ones where you put your thumb in their back and you can control them that way. I think I had Big John Studd and my buddy had Iron Sheik. Like they came in twos. But for some reason, we had split them up amongst ourselves because, so I had Big John Studd, my buddy had Sheik, my other buddy had Hogan. And I can't remember who the fourth one was, but anyway, so that is that. And we'll talk a little bit about it in a second. Let's bring in my co-host. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Jay, man. It was either Hillbilly Jim or Junkyard Dog, I thought was the other one.
Yes, they both of them. Yeah. And I don't remember who came with who. I wonder. Yeah, there must have been a fifth one. It was Piper, yeah. Big John Studd, Iron Sheik, Hillbilly Jim, Junkyard Dog, Hogan. I think that was it. And I don't know who came with who. I was going to try to put Iron Sheik in the background, but it's it won't come out properly. Like, let me try to see if it'll work. The problem is it comes out. I have to I didn't have time to reformat it. Yeah, see, he's covered. It doesn't look good.
No,
it looks weird. Okay, I'm going to remove that.
He was a former bodyguard for the Shah in Iran. So, right. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
So yeah, it's definitely sad. Anyone who follows Twitter knows that the Iron Sheik's Twitter was one of the few good things on Twitter. Right. My buddy, who's a teacher, would often regale me with tweets from the Iron Sheik that week. It was just hilarious.
Oh, I remember all of those. They're insane, right? It was all like insane stuff.
Like he was going to suplex the cocaine bear and stuff. Like it was.
Yeah.
Like he hated Tuesday. He was going to he's like fuck Tuesdays and Wednesdays or something. Like he was off at certain days of the week. And we lost superstar Billy Graham and we lost Iron Sheik. I mean, we've lost some big names this year.
Yeah, these are like childhood guys going away or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. But yeah, there's also some controversy this week with Lacey Evans and Sergeant Slaughter and her daughter.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that real?
I don't know. I was just talking to my wife before we went live here, and I said, I've been following this, and I can't tell. Like the problem is that now wrestling has become a bit. Well, they've become smarter because they know now social media is out there, so they're now using it.
Yeah.
To promote these feuds. And it's funny too, because I saw one comment saying, he goes, in 1985, Sergeant Slaughter's daughter would have entered the ring and her and Lacey would have had a match. He goes, but now they fight over Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it's real or not. But we'll get to it once we'll get to it a little bit later. We are starting a bit early today, so I'm not expecting a lot of people. Thanks, Brian, for showing up. I scheduled 8:15 because I do 2 streams on Wednesdays. I'm actually Chris has invited me on to his channel, the Comic Vet, and his channel's link is in the description of this video, plus all my other videos. If you like comic books, you should be subscribed to him. I think a lot of people are who come on here. I think everyone already is subscribed to him, but he's got a great channel. It's comics, obviously. So we basically look at what everyone's purchased for the week. So that's why I love going on there, just to kind of we show off all the new comics that we bought or whatever. And Steve, I'm putting your link and his link as well separately, just so you guys can see that. So anyways, I had a lot to show actually, because there was the Pulp show and there's a whole bunch of stuff that I got. and so I was able to show some of that off. But okay, and then so let's do some updates here. Thursday Transformers is not going to happen this Thursday. Steven and Sean and I are going to see Transformers Rise of the Beasts. And I'm going to do, so Friday I might do a Read Superboy or something just on my own, just to pass the time. But Saturday night, I want to do open forum. If you love Transformers, great. If you hate it, that's great too. I'm one of the few people that's on YouTube that is very medium on this, because if you love the Michael Bay movies, I get where you're coming from. You know, it's like attractive women, fast cars, the robots are fighting, it's big stakes, the music is epic, right? And if you hate them, I'm with you, because the Autobots are not characters. They don't have any characterizations. You can't tell the difference between Ironhide and Bumblebee. Like, it may as well just be it's like Ratchet and Ironhide. Tell me who's different. I don't know, right? So, and the cringe dialogue, they're also very long. They're a bit over, they're bloated. So I'm actually good to hear both opinions. So this isn't going to be, we're going to bash the crap out of a movie, and we're probably going to walk out of it thinking that was entertaining and then move on with our day and, probably never watch it again. Or maybe we could be surprised. So open mic. Hey, Joe. Yeah, Iron Cheek, man. It's crazy. Yeah. So we had a little moment of silence in the beginning of the film. Anyway, so that's going to be Saturday night. Open mic Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and then Monday. So okay, it's the second Monday. It's the B Monday. So the B Monday, I won't be here. I will be on Clobberin Times, talking about Earthby, Bob Haney, Zany Haney, Brave and the Bold. We're doing issue 125, I believe, is the one that we've chosen. Clobby just chooses those, and then I just go along with it. It's Batman and the Flash teaming up. I already started reading it, but I'm like, I can't. I'm going to read it later when I can concentrate and make notes. So anyway, that's all the stuff that's coming up in the next little while. We will be back with Transformers Thursdays, doing the comics, that's for sure. And I mean, I've posted so many comic reviews. It's crazy. Okay. So let's talk about SmackDown. We had Asuka on Grayson Waller. Io Sky came out and they're talking Japanese, which is hilarious. Bailey came out. I thought Bailey looked cool. I thought her outfit was really good here. And then Shotzi came out, and then Lacey came out with her new look, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Zelina came out, and Bianca attacks. So it was a little bit of like just like one of these like messes where everyone's out there. Well, the big thing from that is that Lacey came out, and I actually like her look. I don't actually like the Cobra on the hat.
Right.
I feel it's just a bit too much.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought she looked awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've been refining her look for a while now. I mean,
Right.
And they've had enough time because she's hardly on television. So,
right.
It's easy for them to, they finally got it right. Or closer to what it should be. Right. Because she is basically a female Sergeant Slaughter. That's what they're trying to do of her.
Right.
This show, this segment was, it was okay. Having Io come out and Asuka argue in Japanese is almost entertaining. Bailey is, someone needs to free Bailey, because Bailey is just stuck in a rut right now, and she needs someone to save her. Lacey Evans coming out was like, who the hell is this? Like, I'm sure her theme music startled the hell out of people because they didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, who is this again?
And they're all fighting over Money in the Bank, which is basically what happens, on at this time of year. And I think it's pretty much evident that who the SmackDown representatives will be, because it'll be 3-3, right?
Right.
So we already have 2 of the 3 from Raw. I expect the third one to be Raquel. So yeah, it was a fine episode. What I took away from this is Grayson Waller is awesome, and I want to see more of his show.
He is funny. I found a Lacey shot. So no. So Brian, I like the hat. I don't like the cobra on the hat. I love the hat on her. I think it's great. So I've got a picture so everyone can see better. So, I mean, well, I guess the picture on the left might be more preferable to people, but
yeah, I was about to say that's a bad.
I don't. That's not the before and after. Well, I guess that is the before and after, but
it is the before and after. Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see if I have just the costume, so we're not distracted here. Yeah, here we go. Let's try this one. Okay, this is better. There we go. So see, I don't like the cobra on it, but the hat I do like.
Yeah, the cobra looks just weird. It looks like it's actually one of those Slinky toys that is basically like the neck look like a Slinky to me.
Yeah, it looks weird. It looks weird to me. But I like it. So the thing is that Sergeant Slaughter's daughter, I guess, tweeted out saying, you can't, why are you taking this look and all that stuff. And then this was played. But anyways, look, I love Sergeant Slaughter. He's right there. One of my favorites. I played him all the time in WrestleFest. I thought this was a great idea for Lacey, and so we don't know if this is a real thing. Are they actually pissed off at each other, or is this all fake?
I feel like it's fake. I feel like it's something. I think Slaughter still has some affiliation with WWE, and probably this is just something to get Lacey heat because Lacey, God knows, Lacey needs heat. The other thing I forgot to mention is I think it's good Bianca Belair did the attacking for once.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because she's always getting attacked. So show some, I think it was Double C, but I think everyone here agreed. Bianca needs an edge, right? Like she's getting stale.
Got the edge. Sorry, that's from Breaking. That's from Breaking 2. You lost your edge. I gotta clip that. I have so many clips I gotta do. Now I gotta clip that one. You lost your edge. Anyways,
she needs an edge, man. She needs some electric boogaloo.
You think me?
But she needs something because she's just getting stale and boring. So I'm glad she attacked Asuka. And obviously,
that was good. Yep.
So
then we had Lacey versus Zelina. So this is where we saw the outfit. Now, the social definitely agrees with her. Yeah, let's hold on. Let's I get the feeling this is going to be.
Yeah. I agree, Joe. That looks like it's happening.
Yeah. So so what happened is that she said, "Oh, you can't wear this," blah blah. And then Lacey's like, "Yeah, I'm a Marine. Like for real. I'm not playing a character." It's like like Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah.
Is Croatian. He's me. He's Croatian.
Yeah, Croatian.
And then he played a Russian. So and then now if we get a real Russian wrestler show up, with the whole gear and looks like Nikolai Volkov, other people are gonna say, "Oh, you're just ripping off this guy's thing." It's like, he's really a.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I find it funny that literally every aspect of life needs to be picked apart on social media. Like, you can't do anything. You literally cannot do anything. And my ask of people, and this is the problem too. My ask of people is if you're going to be combative, at least be entertaining. Like the Iron Sheik was entertaining on social media. He hated everything, but he was hilarious.
Right.
So be funny. Like be entertaining at least. Yeah, and this match, Jamie, I don't know what your notes were, but this match was not really that good.
No, she did the code red, and they're saying, "Oh, everyone's proud of Zelina." Why?
Yeah,
what are you proud of? She lost. She lost, and now she beat Lacey, who just loses everything anyways. Yeah. I mean, really, she shouldn't have beat. I mean, Lacey should have won this one.
Oh, big time.
Like Zelina, I like Zelina. She's very nice. She likes anime and manga, which is great. Maybe not, I don't know if she likes manga, but she likes anime for sure. That's great. She's pretty. I like her. I just like, but like, okay, I don't like Lacey will destroy you. Like, and it's exactly they're trying to say that she's like the next Rey Mysterio now.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio was a. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's carrying the flip flop.
Tarantino, there she's carrying a. I hate flip. I gotta tell you something, man. I hate flip flops.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
I really hate them.
Yeah.
Like they're used for the beach. Like if like when you're on the sand, you have to use them. That makes sense, right? You're using them when you're walking on the sand. But now people just wear them generally, and it's like, why? Like, ugh.
Yeah, well, today I went to a restaurant and there was a lady sitting there and she was wearing her slippers. While waiting for a table or something, and I'm like, why is footwear weird now that you just wear footwear for certain areas in public now? Like I'm lost. Like I'm seeing slippers all the time now, and it's driving me a bit nuts. Especially because it's the fuzzy moccasin type that I know you love, J-Man.
Right.
He hates them, by the way. And flip-flops, the same thing. Like flip-flops, Crocs, slippers. I'm like, when did footwear get so lame? Like it
is lame.
Garbage mostly. Like I see footwear and I'm like, oh God. Anyhow, that random attack aside, this match was not very good. Lacey didn't seem to know what to do with Zelina. I think she struggled with Zelina's height difference, and you could see it was very slippery. It was a little bit awkward. And clearly Lacey was like manhandling Zelina at the start.
Right.
Yeah, I don't get it, Brian. I don't get it. Like, is this? Yeah,
she carries one
thing in wrestling now, man.
She carries one. It's some Puerto Rican thing. And the fact that none of us really understand what it means shows that it's pointless. Right? It's like, I don't know what it means. So either have a video package explaining this thing or whatever.
Well, they haven't done it yet. They're like, oh, it's a Puerto Rican thing. And then it's like wink, wink, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm like, I'm not running to find out what this is. Like, it's not interesting enough for me to care. So either just tell me or get rid of it.
Yeah. Just tell me.
Like, but this match was very poor. I found it very awkward. Lacey was manhandling her at the start, Zelina at the start, which felt natural. And after that, it just, whenever Zelina was putting up offense, it just didn't, it seemed fake. It seemed like Lacey should not be reacting. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Is that like, has the flip flop replaced the belt or the yardstick as a weapon to? Yeah, this is a thing. I acknowledge it's a thing, and I acknowledge I don't care what it is. I actually don't care. Like, it doesn't look it. I don't like flip flops either. They're annoying to me. So carrying one around the ring doesn't impress The Rock and doesn't impress me. This match was just awful. And Zelina should not have won, point blank. It didn't seem right, but whatever.
And then we had the Unholy Union video package. It's like, okay.
Yeah, thanks for reminding us again who they are, because, they appear once every month, so we have to keep getting reminded.
Yeah. So then that was SmackDown. Hooray.
Yeah.
Zelina and Riddle need to team up. They can
take their flip-flops to the ring together.
I don't like Riddle wearing those things either.
No, it looks weird. I'm not a huge fan of wrestling barefoot. I find it like slightly ridiculous. Like, if you're standing there barefoot with me and it was a legit fight, I'm stomping your toes.
Right.
And this is the problem, because it's a simulated fight. You sit there and say, why aren't they, like, I see what's his face, Solo Sikoa is standing there in bare feet, and I'm like, well, dude, immediately I'm stomping on your toes, and while you're hopping up and down, I'm kicking your face.
Right. Yeah, it's too weird, and it does break the
suspension disbelief. I mean, maybe when the Von Erichs were doing it, it was okay. Maybe back then it was a little bit more believable, but nowadays we know guys are coming in the ring with heavy boots. Like I'm kind of like, why are you wrestling barefoot? Just jump on his feet. I don't get him.
Yeah. Okay, well, on Raw we had Bex versus Sonya, and then Trish and Zoe were there. Chelsea got beat up,
Yeah.
man. Oh my God! Listen, Becky's the man, but oh my God! Like help! Someone help Chelsea out, man. This is.
Can I ask him, why is the ring announcer announcing Chelsea in such a bizarre way? She's like, Chelsea Green. I'm like, what?
I don't know. I thought it was great.
It's just so weird. Like it's goofy. I'm like, why is she announcing her goofy?
The two of them are great. They're great on Instagram. They're walking around and they're like walking around backstage saying, "Oh, who's gonna win, Becky or Sonya?" So Chelsea's like, "Who's gonna win, Sonya or Becky?" And then these guys are like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, you can't beat the man. I mean, whatever." And then Sonya's getting all pissed off. They're like, "No, we mean." But you, of course, but Sonya. Right?
Oh my God!
It's like, why is Chelsea asking people's opinions?
Yeah. Well, I mean, after Becky has basically gotten her ass kicked since losing the tag belts, like Trish jumped her and beat her up. Then Trish beat her at the last pay-per-view, which I've already forgotten about, Night of Champions. And then the next night, Zoe Stark jumped her and her and Trish beat her up. So I'm like, eventually she's got to take it out on someone. And if you don't want Trish and Zoe to lose face, she's got to take it out on someone else. I thought it was actually well timed that she just lost it on them.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Islanders doing it is fine because they were, and
or Jimmy Snuka or whatever.
Yeah, Meng doing it is fine because they were also like they would do weird things. Like they were dangerous. Yeah, her hair extensions landed in the ring. I was thinking of you, J-Man, when I saw her hair extensions.
Anytime I know, like, I can't. I don't know why. I mean, the women all have that. I don't know why they like.
Yeah, her hair was lying in the ring at one point. I'm like, that's just doesn't look good.
Right.
This was an okay match. I think the threat of interference was having all those people out didn't really serve any purpose except Chelsea. Chelsea got a good kick into Becky. Otherwise, it's no purpose. But Becky just manhandling both of them and slamming them repeatedly into the barricade was well timed. I think that Becky needed that for the character because she's just been getting her freaking ass kicked for a while.
That was good. We had a Caden and Quintana video package reminding us how awesome they are, but not doing anything. So
yeah,
it's like, remember how awesome these two are? Yeah, they're super awesome. Yeah, well, they're not going to do anything.
They don't appear.
It's like having a trailer for a movie that never comes out.
Yeah. Yep.
This summer, you will not see this movie. It's like, oh my God.
All the Hollywood actors and actresses, all the A-listers,
and mega action and
mega action and everything. Yeah, you're not going to see that.
Yeah, it's like this movie's there. Do you ever there in Tenacious D, which is Jack Black's band, like him and Kyle Gass or whatever. They have a song that's called "The Greatest Song in the World."
Yep.
Have you heard it?
Nope.
Okay, it's called "The Greatest Song in the World." So they're singing it. It's like, and then they're like, "This is." So the story is like they're like, "Me and Kyle were here, and this demon came. He said, 'Sing me the greatest song in the world, or I'll eat your souls,' or something." And it's like, so then we sang, and this is him singing it. And it's like he goes, and then like this in the lyrics, you start thinking like, what is this song? And then it's like, the guy's like, "This is not the greatest song in the world. This is a tribute." And they're like, "We couldn't remember the greatest song." It's like they forgot it. So then this song is just a tribute to the greatest song
that we can't remember.
Which we can't remember, but like it's like a couple of lyrics in there, like this is not, because you're like, this doesn't sound that great, and it's like, this is not the greatest song in the world. And the song's actually really good. Like the song itself is really nice, but it's also because like, this is not the greatest song in the world. This is just a tribute. You're like, okay, what the guy's like, couldn't remember the greatest song. You're like, all right, why are you singing it? Anyway, so yeah, so that was that. We had Ronda and Shayna, and it was
Caden
yeah,
yeah, like reminding us because we were going to see them like 30 minutes later.
right. I love the what is this Munchkin Land? So that was pretty good. Shayna won.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hot take, but when you're watching that match, Caden Carter and Katana Chance clearly should have won.
Like, yeah, they're like way better.
They are so much better than Baszler and Rousey.
Yeah.
There has been a sort of a rumor that Ronda Rousey demanded the tag team belts. Shayna Baszler's come out and said no. What she demanded was for me and her to be a tag team, which I did hear. So again, this is WWE putting belts around the waists of people who are not like they're not ready for this. Caden Carter and Katana Chance are a legit tag team. The way they do that tandem offense is incredible.
Yeah, they're awesome. Like they should be the champions. All these other people, like, well, I mean, I don't mind the witches, but like, no. I mean, but they look like a tag team, and same with Caden and Katana, they look like tag teams. Ronda and Shayna do fit as a tag team.
They do,
but the quality of the wrestling is not there for them to be as a wow factor. Like, I mean, that Caden and Katana, I'd say like not since the Rockers have I been like super pumped for like the Rockers when they were called the tag team specialists.
Yeah,
they were pretty good.
Yeah,
like I don't know, like it was like shit. These guys are pretty good. Like I would say the follow up is these two. Like they're the female Rockers. Like I mean, I was like shit, yeah, man, they're and I did not like them from the beginning. We came upon them a bit late. Like we were late to the game on them.
Late to the party.
Late to the party, but they were really good. So I don't know, man. Like what the hell? I mean, I love Ronda, so I don't care ultimately, and it's not going to hurt Caden and Katana. Like they're still going to be awesome, but what is the goal here? Like unless they're leading up to some sort of pay-per-view, but if they lead up to a pay-per-view, Ronda and Shane are going to have to lose because I don't see how they can actually win.
It doesn't seem natural. Like when they were getting like, I love the counter where Ronda had, she does the armbar and the ropes, and I forget which one it was, but she got super kicked, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's awesome. Like that
was awesome.
Like the stuff that those two were doing were incredible. Like Katana Chance doing that spinning float, like floating whatever, like body press. I was like, holy shit, like this is incredible. I would pay money to here's the problem. Here is the problem. I would pay if you told me you have to pay money to see Caden Carter and Katana Chance wrestle, I would. Ask me to pay money to watch Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey wrestle, I would not.
Right.
This is the problem that WWE is facing. They're, with exceptions, like, Seth Rollins, God bless the man, he's an attraction. Like people love him. Generally his matches are good. I fucking hate the fans humming along his song throughout his matches. It's annoying as hell.
Yeah.
But he deserves it. He's everything that they say is the workhorse champion and all that. But the WWE is done a shitty job of putting belts on people with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been he shows up, but he doesn't show up.
He's eaten up too many of the belts, and then no matches mean anything anymore.
Nope.
That was the main problem. It's like the whole point is that if you won certain matches, you'd be like, oh, this guy seems to be winning. He's going to go up against the champ. But he's going to lose.
Yeah.
Like Roman is still the champion. Like we're still not like it's been 1,000 days now, right?
Yeah.
It's like he's still the champion. Like, who is going to be Roman Reigns right now?
No one.
Who is Roman Reigns feuding with right now? Jimmy and Jay?
Jimmy and Jay. I'm not paying to see that. Like, here's the thing. Gunther has been a great IC champion. I think Theory's a great US champion.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca finally lost, but like the problem with Rhea Ripley is who's her challenger?
Right. Yeah, she's too awesome.
They haven't given her anyone. Now to me it's obvious that Becky is going to win Money in the Bank and she's going to challenge Rhea. Maybe it's SummerSlam. But it's been pretty like crickets as far as legit challengers, and even Gunther, who's legitimately challenged him. You know, he's had one to me. It's Sheamus, and then Sheamus and Drew. Like you do put the belts on these guys, and then you just freaking throw it out a window. Like after Cody lost WrestleMania, who is taking the belt off Roman Reigns?
Right.
No one. There's no legit. Like, here's the thing. Back in the day, when Hogan was champ, they fed him monster heel after monster heel after monster heel. Kamala, King Kong Bundy, Andre. You're like, holy shit. How's he going to beat Andre the Giant? Like, that was incredible, right? Even King Kong Bundy, this guy broke his ribs. How's he beating him? How's he beating Kamala? How's he beating Earthquake?
Earthquake. And they had Zeus, which was more of like a fun thing, but still.
Yeah, still. Like
we got Warrior in there.
Yeah.
We had we had Macho Man in there. It's like we had like pretty pumped. Like, look how many guys we just named.
Yeah.
Like, just off the top of our heads, we don't script this, right? Just off the top of our heads, we just named all these guys. Every WrestleMania, you're like, oh shit, man. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen this time around. Can Hogan do it this time around?
Yeah.
And whether he does or doesn't matter, because it's the build up to wanting to watch the pay-per-view. Now, I'm too aware of the story, and I'm like, yeah, Roman needs to get his 1,000 days, which means he's not going to lose no matter what this thing is. But we're both writers, not for wrestling, but we're writers in general, like, novelists or whatever. And we're like, yeah, this doesn't make sense in the story because you're giving me a character. This isn't like I can make up my character where I can say, oh, okay, I'll get someone to fight Roman Reigns. I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to, work. He's going to work out and then I'm going to make him the best wrestler ever. It's like, I can't do that. I have to pick from a list of people. They give you a list, say, okay, here, Jay, who's the next challenge for Roman? Nobody. It's like the best guy you had was Cody. You made him lose. Brock Lesnar can't challenge him because of whatever reasons. So who's going to, and if Brock Lesnar wins, it's like, oh, it's Brock Lesnar again. Like, I don't know. And, Hogan, even thinking back, I don't think we had I remember people think, oh, Hogan keeps winning. Yeah, but it was exciting to see who was going to come up next. Whereas Roman Reigns, I'm like, yeah, he ain't winning. Oh, this guy ain't winning. The first time I actually thought Roman would lose was Cody. Yeah. Prior to that, we're like, yeah, Roman's winning. He's winning. Right? Maybe a couple of they fought Brock Lesnar. Remember, he fought Brock Lesnar a bunch of times. So it's like maybe they, it's like they fought him a few times. But it's like, well, Cody, everything fit for Cody, and it didn't happen. So you're like, okay, now you got to start over again. It's like you read 100 issues of Superman, and then someone came and burned all your 100 issues, and then you're like, I gotta start again. But I read all these already. Oh, too bad. You gotta re-get them. It's like, speaking of fires, how's the we've got smoke. The smoke's not too bad over here. You're not too bad, right? But I
smelled it this morning when I went out, but I didn't smell it as the days progressed. It sort of let up a bit.
Braun Breaker, yeah, there's one.
Yeah.
Big Boss Man, that's another one. Yeah. Like Sergeant Slaughter, another one we talked about earlier. My God,
Yokozuna.
We've named like 15 people just like this. That you like.
Well, I got it.
If Andre the Giant wins, you're like, yeah, shit, that's believable, right? Like,
yeah.
any of these guys.
I got a name for you for Roman, and they haven't done it yet. And I'm like, what are we waiting for in this one? Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Where is Bobby Lashley now?
He's in SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like, put Bobby Lashley against Roman Reigns. That's believable.
Yeah.
That would be something I would be interested to see. I would like to see him try and beat Bobby Lashley. There's been nothing with Bobby Lashley. Nothing. AJ Styles. Have him versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles just went for the World Heavyweight. He had a great match with Seth Rollins. No AJ
That
Styles.
was a good match.
Yeah. We got nothing, man. We got Bloodline imploding episode 48. I'm like, I don't care. Jimmy and Jay are not winning the belts, the heavyweight championship.
Yeah, they're not going to win.
Jay or Jimmy, whoever you put against them, both of them, they're not winning. Right. This is boring. Go away. Finish this. Move on.
Yeah, I agree. Zoe versus Natalia. Zoe did her Z360, so we knew that was going to happen. Is Natalia on her way out, you think? Or
No. She's just an enhancement talent now. She enhances. Okay. She enhances. No, Zoe. I love how Zoe hit her in the breadbasket and she was holding her head like Natalya was holding her head. I'm like, I clearly saw the knee didn't hit. That's the problem I have with like if I can see the knee doesn't hit the head and then the person's holding the head, I'm like, that's just a screw up to me. Right. I like Zoe winning. I'd like Zoe. Zoe needs a heavyweight championship match, but they are running into a bit of a problem now that they have two heels. Well, I don't know what Asuka is. Asuka was like, you always know if a person's a heel or not if they do the hand slap with the fans. Asuka was doing that, and people are still pumped for Asuka. So I don't know what she is. I don't know if she's a heel or a face. I don't know what Bianca is anymore because the fans boo her all the time. So I don't know what these people are. But Rhea is a dominant heel that has no challenger. Get Becky out of this thing with Trish Stratus because Trish ain't sticking around. Get Becky on that championship run with Rhea. Because Rhea is just hanging out with Dom, and it's just we have another champion who's not wrestling.
Yeah, has a job for life. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel bad for Natalya. She's still a talent. When she started to put Zoe into the sharpshooter, I think people were popping. But she's not a threat anymore. She's in her 40s now. I guess she still looks good, but I guess they're just like, no, she's just going to be an enhancement talent now. She's just going to put other people over. Yeah, and I'm like, why waste your time with Austin Theory? Give Austin Theory a mid-card guy to fight. Bobby Lashley, to me, is a main eventer. He's the freaking almighty. Why is he wrestling for a mid-card title?
Yeah.
I you know what?
I think
WWE desperately needs to face turn LA Knight like tomorrow. And I would love to see Montez Ford heel because I think the guy's talent personified, and the Street Profits are entertaining, but their run is done, and just let him become. I would actually like a pseudo, like a mixed heel team of like Montez Ford, Austin Theory, Bianca, and Lacey. I think that would be an awesome like power faction of like talent and power and athleticism. It'd be incredible.
Yeah, that would be interesting. They gotta do something now. Bianca's run her course with her thing.
Yeah. But to your point,
because little kids like her, little girls.
That's the thing. To your point, like that's merchandise, man. Like the little kids want to look like Bianca. They want the Bianca Belair stuff. And as we know, WWE, whatever money is rolling at the merchandise, they're not going to turn.
It's tough because there's a lot of little girls that grow their hair long or they have their ponytails and they're spinning. I've seen them spinning around. It's tough. Like it's a tough position. I don't know what I would do because I have to look at business and I also have to look at what's good for the brand entertainment and all that. But Bianca herself might be like, you know what, I don't want to, because little girls like me, right? And there's a lot of minorities, there's a lot of black little girls that really like her, and she is a good role model because she stayed in school and did athletics, and didn't drop out and go on OnlyFans or something. Like she's a legit, like good role. She actually is a real role model. Well, for anybody really, but
yeah,
for little girls. So it's tough, man. I don't know. Like, and she's very nice, and she looks very sweet. Like she's like a nice person. This is a tough one. Like Bailey's doing a character, and Bailey's fun because you see her doing a character, and she's having fun with it. Right? You idiots and all that, which I think is, every time she says idiots, I think it's great. She, like when Becky was doing her little heel thing, they're having fun with it because they're like, this is fun. I think for Bianca, it's more like you're like you're not yourself anymore. Like Lacey, I'm just looking up. Like Rhonda's having fun. She's like, I get to be this badass now, and I'm just making fun of people. So she's having fun. Chelsea, Sonia, they're like, these girls are all having fun with this thing. Bianca, I don't know. Like,
none of the people you mentioned is a role model. I think Bianca Belair is a role model, legit real life role model, beating bulimia and all the stuff that she had to go through. And I think you can't turn, like, it's the same with John Cena when he's saying the record for Make a Wish, people were screaming for a heel turn.
Yeah, but Make a Wish is like super important to him.
Yeah.
And it actually helps.
It
brings some hope to kids who need it.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, I'm willing to say, you know what, F the wrestling. We've got enough heels. Leave John Cena alone. You know what I mean? The problem with the women's roster is that we don't have a lot.
Well, they don't really do a lot with them. And I feel like Bianca as a heel turn is a missed opportunity. But at the same time, this is the same, challenge we have with superhero movies. And it's the question you ask and Sean ask a lot is, who is this movie made for?
Right.
Right. Like, or who is this property made for? It's like everyone wants the dark, gritty Batman who is like, and the insane, extreme Arkham Asylum rogue roster doing crazy shit in R-rated films. But you're missing a generation of kids connecting to those characters because you decide to take that approach. And wrestling, especially people from the Attitude Era hate this. It's a PG product, man. It's very family friendly. When we were at Raw, how many kids did we see? There was a little girl in front of us. Yeah. So, the stuff we would say here, we could not say there. We couldn't, let loose and we had to keep it clean. And, it is what it is now. It's I hate to say, it's past us, but we're definitely not the target demographic for WWE anymore. If we sort of enjoy things, it's almost crazy that we do.
We'll talk about this at the end because I'm going to talk about it because everyone knows I'm not even closeted Dominic fan. I'm a full out Dominic Mark. I'm not doing the hair.
Yeah.
I would have if it was 20 years ago, I would have probably done the hair. But I'm not doing the hair. But I'm looking at the autograph still. We have a lot of things coming this weekend. It's Toronto Comic Con. Oh, I'm sorry, Niagara Falls Comic Con. Yeah. So there's a lot going on this week. A lot of money being spent, and I just spent a lot at the show. And there's a comic book show coming up in a couple of weeks after that too. So, but we're definitely going to talk about that. All right, let's do NXT, and then we can. Thea Hale, woohoo! We go, woohoo! All right. So in the beginning, she's showing improvement and all that, which that entire thing was hilarious.
Her and Duke Hudson need to be a comedy team. Like, I swear to God, I love Duke Hudson's reactions to her. It's just so funny. It's just Thea Hale is gold, though, man. Like,
she's the best.
She is the best.
She's super funny. We all love Thea. So we had Ava I was going to fast forward this match. I didn't realize Ava was participating. Yeah. So she only really, did very small amount of moves. She used the mask though, which was kind of cool. And then she beat Ivy now, but I don't think she's very good. I don't like if we're looking at, let's take, well, Ronda is, maybe it's unfair because Ronda still has fight experience. Ronda's not the best at the wrestling, but when the moves are the moves, it's like like when she does the takedowns and when she does the leg locks and arm bars, you're like, well, shit, yeah, because she really did those and they're real and they look good. I don't think Ava has anything in her arsenal. She slapped her, she hit her, and it looked bad.
It was awkward. Here's the thing. Ava needs, this is going to sound weird, Ava needs new ring gear. It looked like she was coming out of her ring gear a few times. Like her boots look weird. Like it's almost like a muffin top thing where I'm like, why is there, like, it looks tight and it shouldn't be. Like her complete look is wrong. Like it just looks awkward. She's very lumbering in the ring. The slap was awkward. Even the pin was weird.
Even the pin looked weird.
Yeah.
And you know what? I want to look favorably on Ava because a lot of people do make fun of her.
Yes.
And I do not condone making fun of someone's looks. That is the number one FU.
Yeah.
Listen, we always talk, oh, Lacey looks good and whatever. Like we're always talking like that, but we do not make fun of people's looks. If you do not find someone attractive, then you don't find someone attractive. There's people that don't think Raquel Rodriguez is attractive. I think that she is. Some people don't. That's how it goes. Everyone's got their thing. So people going online and making fun of that. And then some people, I remember I told you the famous, someone's like, oh, Charlotte looks terrible. Oh, okay. Like, so they're crazy. But I don't like that. And then and people doing it, I immediately go to Ava's defense. I'm like, listen, you don't talk like that. Right. So that's number one. Yeah. But the ability is not there. She needs to do heavy training. Possibly, maybe look to doing something else in wrestling. Maybe it's not for her. Maybe. I don't know how much training she's got. She seems to have been in here for a while. I feel like she should be better than she is at this point.
I agree.
I don't think she's there. Like, and I mean, people were, like I'm just looking at our pictures here, like, Shotzi when she messed up running up a ladder. Like Shotzi tried to like do ninja walking on a ladder. And it's like, oh, she couldn't do it. And it's like, I'm sorry, can you do that? Like, she's trying to do stuff.
No one can do that. Like,
no one can do that.
Maybe Shelton Benjamin, Ricochet, like
these kind of guys.
Hyper balance, like savvy people. Right. But like, it's not for everyone. Like Kofi Kingston could do it, yes. But finding people who has that level of balance, very rare. That's why when Shelton Benjamin or Ricochet or Kofi Kingston does that shit, you should appreciate them because not many people can do that. Like, I will tell you this. I love Mustafa Ali. His character's changed 68 times, but that guy works his ass off in the ring. And I love watching him work in the ring. That he is a pro and he takes it all on and it's awesome. Ava Raine, God bless her. Find someone else, be a manager, be a referee, to be a commentator, whatever. But you wrestling may not be your thing because every single thing she did in that match looked absolutely brutal. And you're going against Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile suplexed a man.
She's awesome.
Ivy Nile.
Those two guys are that entire thing was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that. Oh my God. Yeah, handing them. Oh, that's great. But there's so many wicked little moves in there. I was like, God damn. Yeah. That's a great little team, eh?
Yeah.
I was like, shit, they're really good. Look, Ava. Okay, I was gonna say I did take martial arts for 2.5 years or so, but I mean, I knew how to throw a punch.
Yeah.
Like she's just like it's like I hate to say this, but something it's like my wife trying to hit like she sucks, right? She's like, oh, I'm punching. It's like, no, I don't know what you're doing, but that's not an attack. I said, please don't try that on anybody. It's not an attack. Like Ava's like, oh, I'm like, what happened there? I'm like, what were you attempting to do there? It's like I've shown more, action when I'm reaching for the toilet paper. Like there's been more. I'm like, that's not a move. No. And then it's like pinner.
Yeah, it was like it actually. What's the first thing you do? You just drop on the person and you lift their leg.
Yeah.
She sort of went and beside her and then like crawled up and then grabbed the leg like a little bit afterwards, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, this is bad. Like, why? Yeah, you know what, Joel? I hope to God, this is just. Hey, I don't know. I haven't trained, but like, it's awful, man. Like, I hope
aren't they
training.
Yeah, but aren't they? Isn't she training every day? Like,
I hope to God she is.
Like that's her second match there, but isn't she doing 100 matches? Okay, so I follow Natalia on her Instagram. She's in the ring practicing with people every day. Like it's always Natalia's like, hey, I'm in the ring, guys, and it's like her just in sweatpants or whatever with somebody. Okay, throw it, whatever. Between that and her like bikini pictures, but follow Natalia. You won't be sorry. No, but seriously, she's like she's in the ring doing stuff all the time. Like you see people like, okay, they're practicing or whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
It was every single thing looked horribly awkward. If Ivy Nile can't carry you, because Ivy Nile was quite good in the ring, like Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers, the Diamond Mine, probably should have been like promoted by now.
Yeah.
I don't know what there is left for them to do there, because you saw what they were doing in the ring. It was pretty damn good. Maybe it's character work they have to work on. I have zero idea. But in the ring, I don't think there's any doubt. But when Ivy Nile can't carry you, that's a problem.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. We had a Blair Davenport video, so that was good for people who didn't know who she was, because I didn't know.
Including me.
Then we had Danny Palmer, who is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Versus Blair Davenport. And I'm like, this is the second time we've seen Danny. I don't know if she's been in other things prior to this. I don't know where she's from.
She was doing Performance Center. I don't know what she did before then, though.
Right. So, man, she was like pretty good. She had a lot of cool moves, man.
Yeah.
Blair was pretty good too, really.
This was a better match. I thought it would just be a squash when, because Blair Davenport, first of all, I was shocked. This is going to sound stupid. I was shocked by how skinny Blair Davenport was. I thought she was a stocky woman. And then when she came out, I'm like, did she go on a radical diet between now?
I thought so too. I was like, I felt like she'd be thin. I'm like, oh, she's skinny. I'm like, what happened there?
She's thin. Like the hoodie is obviously padded or something. But I like Blair Davenport as a heel. She obviously has wrestled, and you know what? The commentator screwed up. Did you catch the commentator screwing up?
Oh, what did he say?
So he was like listing off all the people she fighted, like the Santa Mura, the girl who we saw wrestle Roxanne Perez, and she fought in Raw. I forget who the hell said. And then on SmackDown, she's fought Kaylee Ray. I'm like, you mean Alba Fire?
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like, I like Kaylee Ray better than Alba Fire, to be completely honest with you, but that's not her name, dude.
That's not her. Yeah. Whoops. Well, it's live TV. What are you gonna do? Or is it is NXT live? Yeah, it is live.
It is live.
What are you gonna do?
But I do like Blair Davenport. I like the fact that she come up as a pretty credible heel, and she's already inflicted all this damage. She's instantly got heat.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcon Arrow was a little bit sloppy to win the match. Danny was released too low, so she barely impacted before the 1, 2, 3. But otherwise, Blair Davenport looked like what the video promised, and I'm very excited for her to be a top flight heel. Problem I'm now seeing in NXT is that you got too many ladies in one championship. You got to have a secondary championship for them.
Yeah, there is a lot of ladies,
and now
I like a lot of them too, and I actually like a lot of them.
And your NXT tag champions are on SmackDown.
Right. Yeah. So then we did Dana Brooke showed up, so we'll get to that in a second. There was a Tiffany interview, which is just she's like, it's the best title, but I'm the best.
You know what? Tiffany's inching towards a face turn because she gave credit to Lyra Valkyria, and she's like, TBH. I love TBH. When she said TBH, I was like, this is awesome. Yeah. She almost made it to the tippy top, but she couldn't do it, and blah blah blah.
Right.
I'm like, giving credit to an opponent is a face thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Then we had the Miss Jackson and Lash Legends thing, which we're not going to really talk about. They're just there.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that entire faction. I just find it like that Noam Dar guy is just.
Yeah.
I would take that. I would literally take that trophy and smash it. Like that would be the first.
He's we had Gigi and Kiana have a little talk, so I guess that's going to be the next.
Yeah, you need to move on from JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, so I'm glad that's the next thing. It makes sense.
Yeah. All right, let's catch up on before we do the Rumble. Let's catch up on some comments that we had missed. Okay, so we're going to talk about that afterwards for sure. Bianca can be edgy like she was in NXT without being full blown heel. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Yep.
You know who does that is Cody Rhodes, and we'll talk about that on the thing. But Cody Rhodes is doing something that no one else is doing, and I'm actually surprised no one has figured it out yet. Anyway.
All right, so we're going to reveal that in a few minutes. Duke looked miserable in the ring when Theo won. He wants all the attention. Yeah, that's super funny. He doesn't like that someone learned from someone else, right? Like, he's like, oh, I'm supposed to be your big teacher, not those guys.
I mean, Duke Hudson versus Charlie Dempsey has got to happen. I really like Duke Hudson. He's funny. Grown on me a lot.
Yeah. Yes, we'd say he's thick. Yeah, we know.
Yeah. And just so happened, I'm relative of The Rock, man.
Yeah.
I hope so, Joe. I really do hope so. These guys, I don't love the ring attire. I don't like when you come in looking like you're wearing boxer briefs.
Right.
But what they did in the ring, like, sold me large that this team is would be an incredible addition to the tag team ranks. I will say this on the men's side, the WWE has really got a lot of good teams going. You got Judgment Day, you got Imperium, you got a lot of you got the Alpha Academy, you got the Viking Warriors, you got, I don't know what happened to Braun Strowman, but generally you have Braun Strowman and Ricochet. There's a lot. You got the Street Profits. You got a lot of good tag teams out there, and adding the Creed brothers would be a good addition, I think, to that. And you got Pretty Deadly. There's a lot of good tag teams going. This is a pretty good thing for male tag teams. For female tag teams, it's garbage. But for male tag teams, it's pretty good.
Let's see. Where's my? You said the magic word.
Garbage day. Huh? No.
Deliver that line
in the battle royale. Yeah, I don't know who. Okay, so I started taking notes.
This is good.
And I'm like, who's that got knocked out? Who's that blonde lady that got knocked out? Wait, who just got knocked out there? I'm like, okay, so I missed the first two, and then I'm like, and then I started okay, Gigi's out, and then I wrote Thea on stairs, Lash out, Paxley out, JC out, Lyra out, Fallon out, Thea and then I'm like, then I was like, I don't know what's going on at this point. I've lost complete track of it because they went to commercial break. They came back. I'm like, where's half the people?
Yeah,
like I don't know.
half of them went out during the
They're all gone. So Thea won. So I was like, well, Steve's going to be happy over that one. That's for sure.
Steve was happy. I was ecstatic actually because Thea Hill has done so much to entertain in the past year. And I'm like, God, give this woman she's not going to win, but like, I think her versus Tiffany, like even the conversation I had months ago, I thought was one of the most entertaining, like exchanges I've seen in a long time. Like just, and like Thea's like, oh, I got 2 words for you. And Tiffany's like sighing. She's like, what, Chase University? It's like, no, suck it. And it's like, that was awesome. And Tiffany's reaction was priceless. She's like, okay, like what? That is so rude. Like I'm excited for this. I love Thea Hale. Like I think Thea Hale is a star in the making. I do not care. One thing I will say that is getting more and more bizarre to me is NXT is going out of their way to really drub Roxanne Perez recently. Like she is getting manhandled.
Yeah, why I wonder?
There's something weird going on with this. It's almost like a punishment to me.
Right. I'm using my Becky notepad now.
Nice.
That I made myself.
Yeah.
I made it ages ago. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why she's getting like kind of like fart noised or whatever.
Yeah. Like she was a champ and she didn't technically lose it.
Right.
Like they did that whole thing where she passed out and now she didn't win the 6-person thing that was Indy. Okay, cool. Then you drafted Indy. Okay, Roxanne will win the tournament. No, it's Tiffany Stratton. Like Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton should have won originally the 6-person thing, but now I'm like, okay. And now Roxanne's just getting like, I like Tatum Paxley teaming up with Blair Davenport because you need to give Tatum Paxley something to do. But again, I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is Roxanne Perez being treated this way? This seems kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. She's just gone. Like, it's like she sucks now.
Yeah, she just sucks now.
I don't know. She's pissed off somebody in the upper management. You pissed her off.
I'd like to know about what happened.
Yeah, I'll Google it. But so we could talk about the Dominic Mysterio is the biggest heel of all time. Like they despise him. Like he can't talk. It's like everyone is like he at that point he's just like, I'm just gonna talk because the time, they're like saying, buddy, we gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Like this is live. We got to get your dialogue out, right? Like,
it's become a thing. First of all, here's the thing about Cody that he does that I think is unique and is why he's like one of the top guys. He talks as if it's real. So he's sitting there and he's like, Miz asked him the first question. He's like, Mike, that's a really tough question. And Miz is like, on this show, it's the Miz. And I think the thing about Cody is he's like, he treats you as if you're like the audience, as if they're smart and they understand, like, listen, you guys know how it's going to be. This is going to be, but this is how it's different. And that's why Cody is Cody Rhodes. Why he's so good, because he'll say, I'm peeling back the curtain, or, I'm whatever. But it makes it so much more real to the audience if you treat them as if they're in the know with you. Like, guys, we know you know this, but this is how this is, this is why I'm saying this now. This is why this is different or whatnot. And I like how he does that. I wish to God someone would actually have fun with the Dominic Mysterio booing thing where he can't talk. Like what I would do if I was a character is if, he grabs the mic and he's like, oh, and he tries to talk and then the fans boo. And I'd be like, if I was on the other side, I'd be like, Dominic, that was a very good point you made there. Fortunately, I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that? And then he tries and then boo. I'm like, that's also a great point. But, again, can you speak up a little bit? Because, like, I don't know if you noticed, but everyone and their mom is booing you because you suck ass. Right? Like
it's gonna become like that "You Suck" with Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Like when people saying "You suck" with the song, and then now it's just like something they do because they like.
Yeah, and he loves it. He's like, yes, you suck.
You suck. You suck.
John Cena did that with the booze and with the booze. Like, let's go Cena. Cena sucks, and he became like, that's my thing. Right. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. Like that's all they would chant during the freaking.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it started off being real because they were divided.
Yeah.
No one's divided on Dom.
Yeah.
I'd be cheering in the front, be like, Dom,
you'd be the one guy cheering. But NXT, you're hearing it too. If like I heard it during the Danny Blair Davenport thing, where it's let's go Danny, let's go Blair, let's go Danny, let's go Blair.
Yeah.
I mean, John Cena really started that. It's okay to be divided. The character's not going to change, and I think the fans have evolved with that.
Right.
But I found the thing I found the funniest was after it all happened, Miz is laughing at Cody, and like again, this is why Cody resonates. He's got a cast. He just turned and hit Miz with it. I'm like, right. Even when he was wrestling Brock Lesnar, he was hitting him with the cast. I'm like, right, use it as a weapon. Like,
yeah, it's on me, so that's it. Plus, you were being annoying, so why not?
Yeah.
I thought Perez was going to win at first because she was laying on the mat near the corner. Yeah.
I thought Roxanne was going to win. Yeah. That's a great way to put it, Joe. Scrappy Dude part.
Yeah, she is like Scrappy. Yeah, part Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think he's like, you spent 15 minutes in jail, like. Yeah, Dominic Mysterio is awesome, man. I can't. Oh God, he's so good. I don't know who came up with this. If it was him or if it was just like Triple H or maybe they collaborated. But it's great. This has been working great. Everyone hates him so much because he's like, yeah, people just don't like these millennials who are like, oh, you know.
Well, I mean, when you start, Rey Mysterio is universally beloved.
Yeah.
Right. And when you start, like, it's also the ungrateful son sort of thing, maligning the popular father, like instantly. Plus, he was never really, no one cared about him before this. So it wasn't like, when Becky turned heel where you still have people cheering or whatever Asuka's going through now. If they're trying to do a heel turn, it's not working. Stuff like that. LA Knight's popular. Even Tiffany's starting to get really cheered. Seth Rollins changed, like he was a heel for a long time and then he just got cheered. I think the thing is that if you put in the work and you entertain, you will become popular. And, LA Knight's a perfect example of that. The guy's character hasn't changed, but they love and LA Knight and all that stuff.
Right.
And he's been eminently, like anything he's done, he's been entertaining. And I think if you entertain people long enough, you're just going to become a face.
Right.
That's why I said, like, a long time ago, and you heard Cody Rhodes say it, you want to be a successful heel, you got to do what Bayley does. Stop doing the aerial moves, stop doing the crowd pleasing moves, cheat, be sneaky,
right,
stuff like that.
Yeah. It's like, but I don't know. I don't know. Tiffany's too awesome. That's the problem.
Tiffany will have to turn face because first of all, she is completely hilarious.
Yeah.
And second of all, she is amazing in the ring.
Yeah.
She is amazing. And people were, when she was doing that first moonsault on Lyria Valkyria, people popped like massively when she was doing that.
Yeah.
And you know what? Lyra Valkyria is, I'm starting to see it a bit. I'm starting to see it. I hate the boots still. I don't get the picture framing pose, but She is pretty cool. She just needs a better finisher. I don't like the spinning roundhouse. It just looks weird.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think the move looks cool, but not as the finisher.
Yeah.
Like she can use it, and again, use it. Like it's gonna be one of those, like what do you call, like just secondary moves.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like not the finisher, but like something else. Then that'd be fine, right?
Well, for someone who doesn't mind going up top and doing an aerial move, I don't know why you would just have a kick as your finisher.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's true. And she's supposed to be this bird lady or whatever, right?
Yeah. I expected an aerial move as her finisher. I don't know why it would be, a kick. It's just weird.
Right.
Unless it was a flying kick, then that would be interesting.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, yeah, it's just like you spin kick. It's like, okay, so it's like Van Damme or whatever. Like it's just like the big roundhouse kick. You're like, all right.
Yeah, it's gotta fit the character. I don't see it fitting a character, and it doesn't look particularly great anyway.
Right.
I always thought like Sweet Chin Music was a great kick finisher, or an Insecurity, like the Bad News Brown, the Ghetto Blaster. I thought that was a great finisher.
Yeah, Ghetto Blaster was cool.
But like as far as the kick goes, problem is that everyone does super kicks now. So for a kick to be a finisher, it's got to be really, really, really unique. And I don't see her roundhouse as unique at all.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So. All right. Well, let's see. Did we miss any? Did we get everybody in? I don't think Lara Valkyria. I don't like the Lara Valkyria name. I keep expecting Taya Valkyria to come walking out. Just call her, like, they want to say Valkyrie, right? That's what they're trying. Yeah. It's like, but it's like, well, it's not Valkyrie, it's something else. So it's like, why are you?
Yeah, I thought it was Valkyrie originally too. I'm like, why is it Valkyria? Like, I don't like. It's a little bit. I don't mind the Lyra, but I wish it was Valkyrie, not Valkyria. And I think she was Valkyrie over in the UK. So I'm like, why did you change it? Well, this isn't the UK version. It's like Kaylee Ray. Like, I don't think Alba Fire is a particularly awesome name. It's okay, but I don't love it. Like Kaylee Ray's fine. But WWE has been terrible with that. Like Joe Henning, who is the son of Kurt Hennig.
Right.
They made him McGillicuddy, like Michael McGillicuddy or something.
Yeah.
And like Bray Wyatt, like his first name, because he's Wyndham Rotunda, right? Like he's
right.
They made him Husky Harris. I'm like what?
The hell is what the hell is that?
Bray Wyatt is way better than Husky Harris. And then they made McGillicuddy Curtis Axel, which is a better name. Fortunately, Joe Henning had the in-ring skill. He didn't have the character work of his dad. He was not. Kurt Hennig was an awesome talent in both facets of the WWE, like in both personality, ring, mic work, and Joe had the ring work. He didn't have the rest. So,
I posted a poll before we go. Do you like Lacey's new look? 75% say yes. So there you go.
It's sure as hell better than the Southern Belle thing, which I thought was just bizarre, and I didn't like.
So many people. I'll say this, and then we'll be done. But so many people on the Lacey Facebook stuff, they love the Southern Belle. Like, why don't you go back to that with the women's right and all that? That was cool and everything. I'm like, I don't know. It's like she's a Marine. Let her be the Marine.
I like the Marine. I like the Cobra Clutch. The woman's right. I never liked, unless you're the Big Show. A punch should not be. Or it was who had the heart punch. There was someone who had the heart punch, which was okay.
Right.
But unless you're Big Show, a punch should not be your finisher, because
and women's right can be her subfit, like her her signature move, but not her finisher.
Yeah. Like I just don't like. Why is Lacey punch harder than the other women because she's a Marine. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Name generator. That's funny. Yeah.
Walter became Gunther something. Yeah. You know, when they say Gunther or whatever, I think of that waiter on Friends.
Yeah, that's his name, Gunther.
Yeah, I'm like,
Gunther.
The waiter on Friends is the IC champion. Like, it's just,
here's your coffee.
Here's your coffee. I don't know. Like, it. Yeah, I don't like the names are terrible, but like, I think they wanted Steve Austin at one point to be Baron von Ruthless or something.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's awful.
And like, he wanted a cold nick. He's like, I want a cold nickname, and they went with like Chili McFreeze and stuff like that. He's like, no.
Oh dear.
Like, I seriously think the WWE writers are like 8 years old or something. Either that or Vince McMahon's mind has regressed to 8 years old because.
Right. Yeah, in his old age, he's.
Yeah, it's just what, the things he's coming out now. Like, I don't understand why Gunther couldn't have been Walter, because Walter was fine. It was all caps, so it was awesome.
Right.
I don't get a lot of why they changed the names of these people. Yeah, we have to look at that.
I have to look that up. I have no qualms about looking up Lacey Evans pictures.
Yes.
Like, that's not a chore.
Oh, geez, you got to look up more Lacey Evans pictures.
But all right, guys. So next time is going to be, or this Saturday, we're going to do the open mic for Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Friday, I might, just for the heck of it, read a Superboy comic. I know there's a few people that like those, so that's cool. Other than that, that'll be it for now. If not, we'll see you guys 1 week from today. And I'm going to put up Iron Sheik before we go out. So take it easy, guys.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.